Hello and welcome to the Freedym Show. This is the daily show featuring 10-minute practical, usable advice from amazing, heart-centered lifestyle entrepreneurs. This is not just about the money, it's about the freedom. I am Ryan Lee, your host, your teacher, your coach, your mentor, and the founder of Freedym.com, the leading online education platform for freedom-minded people just like you. If you want a special gift, I've taken 2 of my books, condense them down to the best information in 3 pages. You can either go to Freedym.com, that's Freedym.com, or just text the word Freedym, Freedym, to 33444. Again, either Freedym.com or text Freedym to 33444, and the gift is yours. Now, with that out of the way, as you know, we've got 10 minutes on the clock, and today in the hot seat, I'm very excited. My friend James Schramko, and James is when we talk about lifestyle entrepreneurship and lifestyle business, James is living it. He's an entrepreneur, a business builder. He has a really powerful online coaching community. If you want to learn more about James and his programs and his site, just go over to superfastbusiness.com. It's not very slow business, it's super fast business. Now, James, as you know, we cut through. There's no fluff. We jump right in. You ready to rock today?
I'm ready.
Yeah! Now, I know you have talked a lot about something called the effective hourly rate and freeing yourself from being a workaholic. Let's jump in. Let's talk effective hourly rate.
Right. So I think a lot of entrepreneurs are measuring the wrong thing. They're talking about how many hours they work as being some kind of hero badge of honor. And I think it's very dangerous. Firstly, it's extremely unhealthy to work 19-hour work days. Secondly, you can only sustain that for a certain amount of period. Thirdly, we start to lie to ourselves about, it's not work if it's fun, etc. But it really can impact our health, our relationships, our effectiveness at work. And the more I've dug into research about sleep and the need to rejuvenate and sharpen the saw, etc., the more I've realized that there's a better measurement. And that's where I really stick to EHR, or effective hourly rate, as a way to measure how effective you are being when you're at work, and that allows you to dial in how much work versus freedom you'd like to have. So if you want to work less hours, that's fine, but EHR is a great scoring system to know if you're being effective. And I can talk you through the formula if you like, Ryan.
Let's talk right through it.
Pretty simple formula. For most businesses, especially niche lifestyle type businesses, less so for major corporations, but it still works if you're a job. You simply take your monthly revenue and you subtract all of your costs for that month, which will be made up of fixed and variable costs.
So as we're doing, let's play along.
Yep.
Let's say someone's bringing in $10,000 a month. Let's say costs are, let's just say it's 50%. Let's say it's $5,000 a month. So
Exactly.
So we're 10,000 minus 5. We're keeping the math very simple.
Yep. So we've got a $5,000 profit. Mm-hmm. Now, we haven't accounted for the owner's wage, etc., because that pretty much is what the profit is. For most small businesses or medium-sized businesses, the profit is what you're taking from the business, whether it's drawings or whatever. So your profit before tax is $5,000. Mm-hmm. Now we work out how many hours we worked in that month to get the 5,000. And let's say this business owner is really nailing it, and they only worked 100 hours for that month.
Okay.
Most business owners,
that's like 25 hours a week, about 5 hours a day, 5 days a week.
That's my goal actually. Is I want to be doing 100 hours a month, and it's a very easy one to work out. That's why I chose it in this case.
Okay.
Our effective hourly rate is $50 an hour. Okay, so basically this is now a scoring mechanism. Let's say someone in the household says, "Hey Ryan, go and mow the lawn." And you can say, well, hang on a minute, that would take an hour, and I could hire someone for $20, and my effective hourly rate's $50, so therefore I'm going to hire someone else to do it, and I'll spend that hour doing something at $50 an hour. So it's a scoring filter now to decide if something's worth doing or not. The other thing that it does is it encourages us to not fritter away time on useless activities. So if we took 200 hours to make that $5,000 profit, which is probably far more typical. Most entrepreneurs are working at least 180 hours a month. Then they're probably earning $25 an hour. And in some cases, maybe they'd be better off to go and get a job at a mortgage bank or something. So if our number's too low, then we really need to increase the profit. So that's why I like this metric. If you could actually say, all right, we'll build the business using some of the profit levers to make the business do $20,000 a month in revenue, and we'll spend $10,000 to make that 20. Now we have a $10,000 profit. And if we worked our 100 hours a month, we're now making $100 an hour. Mm-hmm. Now, the interesting thing here is our costs doubled. Our costs went from $5,000 a month to $10,000 a month. And this is very revealing because a lot of businesses don't spend enough. And this is counterintuitive. A lot of small businesses are worried about spending money, but they don't realize, and if they were to start factoring, they could actually invest more in staff or marketing or other people to do things that they're not that good at, right, and leverage their business and start generating a lot more revenue. And if your net profit is higher and your effective hourly rate's the same, then your effective hourly rate just went up.
I love it. I love it. So when you coach people through, is this one of the first things you have them do is figure out your effective hourly rate? Because that at least now we've got a number to work with. We
have a baseline. We basically look. It's really simple to work out. We know what they're making each month. We know roughly how long they work, and I encourage them to install Rescue Time because just once a week it sends a little summary of how long someone's spent on the desktop, and we just take that number. And we say, right, currently the effective hourly rate is whatever it is, $150 an hour or $50 an hour. Our goal is to substantially increase that. Now, as a benchmark, I would be looking for most of the people that I coach would be looking at somewhere around $1,000 an hour as an effective hourly rate. Right. In other words, we can have them making $100,000 a month profit for 100 hours a month. That is more of an entrepreneurial benchmark. The guys like you and I and other people in our networks would be in the $1,000 plus per hour effective hourly rate region. And a lot of people starting out are in the less than $100 an hour.
Yeah, and it's true because when people ask me when they see how much I charge per hour, is they can't understand that. Like, well, how can you charge so much? Well, that's what it's worth, and that's why even around the house, if there's a piece of gym equipment we just got that needs to be set up that would take me 2.5 hours to do, I call a handyman and I pay him $50
because it doesn't fit you score it against the effective hourly rate for Ryan and it doesn't work. And I won't even sell my time by the hour because it doesn't stack up. If I could sell group coaching, if I have 30 people pay $1,500 a month, that's $45,000 a month. Now, if I can spend less than 45 hours a month delivering on that, then that's $1,000 an hour. Can you see how that metric's really easy to start working in which business models are better than others?
Yeah. So now when you see people, because a big trend right now, and you and I were just talking about this right before we started recording, there's a lot of guys out there that just their whole motto, everything is work, 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 and you see it all the time. Hustle, hustle, hustle. You got to grind. You got to work. Till you forget to sleep and you forget to eat. Huh?
It's exhausting even when you describe that, thinking about it. But if they were to do an effective hourly rate, let's say you're working. One guy brags about working 19 hours a day for 20 years straight or something, which is ridiculous. But let's say they did 10 hours a day every day for a month. That's 300 hours. Mm-hmm. If you start looking at that versus their profit, they might find that they're not that effective. Mm-hmm. They might find that they could probably work 200 hours, hire a few extra people to do the things they thought were important, and actually get some sleep and rest, right. Get rid of those black circles under the eyes, stop making stupid decisions because you're in a exhausted, comatose state, and start actually living and enjoying your kids and going to the ballpark and stuff, doing stuff like that. Your life could actually significantly improve just by starting to measure this effective hourly rate and to see what questions that leads to and to use it as a modeling tool for different business models and to decide which things you should do or which things you should pass on and have someone else do or not do at all.
Yeah, I love it. And this was great because hopefully this is going to wake some people up. Again, I have no problem with working hard and putting some effort in, but you don't have to work 10, 15, 20 hours a day.
Even if you've got a benchmark, and if you could gradually improve your effective hourly rate, you're going to get a bigger yield for the same amount of effort, and That's really what it's about. It doesn't take into account business valuations or sale of assets, those sort of things, but it is a great benchmark. Even if you have a job, you take your salary, divide it by the number of hours you work, that's your effective hourly rate.
Right. Yeah. Awesome stuff. And this is the homework everyone has. I usually don't give homework on my show, but I'm doing it today. Figure out your effective hourly rate. This is going to give you the number to work for as we're building this lifestyle business. So I appreciate you being on here, James. Let me mention your site one more time, superfastbusiness.com. Hope you enjoyed this episode with James Schramko. This was another one, but don't fear, my friend. I will be back in 24 hours. I am here every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, delivering 10 minutes of just meaty, awesome content. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe at iTunes. We are The Freedym Show. This is Ryan Lee signing off. Have an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow. Take care, and bye-bye.